This is Clint, host of the Geek League podcast and your future overlord. You are listening to This Freakin' Show.
What's up, everybody? We are back with another episode of This Freakin' Show. It is the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. I am your host, Travis C., and alongside me today, as always,
Awkward Colin.
And Cartoon Joe.
And this episode of This Freakin' Show is brought to you by Firepit Bar and Grill of Peotone, Illinois. If you're looking for a down-home country restaurant that offers you a burger and beer for just $6.99 every Monday and Wednesday, 75-cent wings on Tuesday, free bingo on Thursday, and with the beautiful weather, the deck is open for live music every other Saturday. Check out the Firepit Bar and Grill of Peotone. You can find them on Facebook at Firepit Bar. Firepit Bar. I jode that. Fuck.
Take that, me. This show is also brought to you by WeAreDapperTies.com. If you want a high-quality knit tie for a low price of just $15, head on over to WeAreDapperTies.com. You can also get free shipping off your order. See, I did it myself too. With the special discount code Freakin, that's Freakin, for free shipping. So that means a $15 tie total in your hands at WeAreDapperTies.com. Head on over there, get yourself a high quality tie today.
Yes. Yeah, well, you know, it's all right to screw up on plugs now and again. So
It's the first time I've done that one in a
while.
Yeah. It's been a while. Even I screwed up sometimes. I screwed up so bad I forget to mention it. So it's not that bad.
You forget to mention
I
screw up?
do. Hell yeah. Colin, Joe, how have you guys been?
Been good.
Magnificent.
Yeah. What has your week been like since last we talked?
Well, I graduated.
Yay!
As I said I would.
So proud of you.
Thank you. Me too. So happy to be done.
Little
Got to carry the flag in and out of the auditorium, which was cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And then after church yesterday, we went and got hammered to celebrate, which was nice. So, as you do.
All right.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's the best way to celebrate graduating. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Colin? What have you been up to?
Not much. Just working and relaxing. Last weekend, uneventful. This Friday, though, I graduate.
So proud of you.
Yeah.
Will you
So
also
excited.
be walking?
I will be walking.
Oh,
Nice.
got your gown?
Yes, I
Do they
forgot.
give
It was like,
give
it's
you a
not
gown?
called a gown, is it?
Yeah, it's called a gown. It's called a
robe.
gown, Joe?
Yeah,
A
it's
robe?
I call it a robe.
Well, it's called a gown. Why not?
Mine was called a cap and gown. I'm not privileged like
Do
Jim.
you get the cap and gown and stuff?
Yeah, I had to
Who's
buy
going
it.
to your graduation?
My parents and my cousin.
Aw, Dorbs.
Nice.
Darbs.
Yeah, congrats. Now with the because obviously I'd never partaken in a college graduation. Do they actually hand you the diploma and shit there? No.
No.
Joey, did they hand you yours?
No, they're gonna send it in the mail.
So,
I got a certificate of participation.
Sounds about right.
I just hand you a fucking ribbon, like, hey, good job. You know?
Yep, basically.
Now what is this, Joey? Is this a bachelor's or a master's?
Masters.
Master's, gotcha.
In
Yep.
what?
Divinity.
Scientology, I believe.
That's
Sorry, general Scientology.
That'd be hilarious.
Right? Well, good job, Joe. I'm
Got
proud
a
of
whole
you.
class on living on a cruise ship in quarantine.
I'm proud of you guys.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for asking. I'll tell you about my week.
No problem.
No one asked.
Inconsiderate people, I tell you, you know,
Well, I mean, you just
right?
didn't give us a chance, bro.
I was waiting. I kept praising you guys
kept
like it
talking,
mattered.
and then didn't allow us.
Well,
to
yeah,
talk.
because I mean, unfortunately, when it comes to podcasts, you can't just sit there in silence because they can't see the tone of your face.
That's true.
That's very true.
So how was your week? Did you have a
There
good
we
week?
go. Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
Joe. It was great. Colin brought over a coworker of his, and we played Dungeons and Dragons on Friday.
Yes,
Hot.
it
I love that.
It was one of the funnest times I've had in a long ass time, and it's like one of those things where I felt like I would slowly grow into enjoying it. Right off the bat, fucking loved it.
Yeah, and I was actually surprised because from what I've seen, I didn't think he would like it at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he categorized me. He put me in a box.
I did.
You did.
I did. And he surprised me. So
Yeah.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. And they obviously mentioned it beforehand that it's creating the character. It takes a little long to do, but I got it done and we fucking started playing the game. It's a fucking hoot, man. We're gonna play in a couple weeks again. Joe, you're welcome to play with us if you feel like it.
Good to know. I will. Let me know. Let me know the details.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we definitely, I definitely want to do this a lot more often. We're probably looking at like Friday nights because those are usually my better nights. So I mean, anytime on a Friday night, if we do play, I'll give you a heads up. You're more welcome to come out. And we're doing a what did we discuss? Like more of a criminal based D&D.
Yeah, me and him are both criminals.
Yeah, we're criminals, so we're doing a
Nice.
criminal based D&D. So you're more welcome to be a criminal with us, or you can
Yeah,
be
that sounds
good
like
who
fun.
tries to turn us or something. We spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of time trying to like raise gold. Like, that was my
Nice.
first concept of the idea. Is like, okay, so we start out with like 15 gold. Well, fuck that. I want like a lot more, and I was doing really well. Like, we got hired for a hit, and we made some gold off of that. And then Colin got headbutted by a cow and ended up in jail, and I had to pay the bail for that. So I lost a lot of gold on
He
that.
didn't want to just go murder everybody in there.
No, my overall objective is to eventually set a building on fire at one point. But
Nice.
I want it to be the right building at the right time.
Now he has set him up in order to do this in the next session, but
Yeah,
it's his decision whether or not he does.
yeah. So basically, I'll give you the quick rundown of how our story went, and then we're gonna jump into an awesome kind of like a little segment we're gonna do here. But we started out, we were both criminals, got out of prison, ended up on a boat, ended up in a town. We went to this little inn. I was looking for a company for the evening, if you will, and Colin was just looking to drink. Walk into this inn and stuff. I find the lady, if you will, ended up being a human with no tongue. Suspected that the pimp was the one that cut the tongue out. So I was like, I need to defend her honor because apparently my character is very guilt ridden for losing a lost love, and I guess I just wanted to be the hero. So
Nice.
we did this whole big thing. We ended up fighting the guy. After we killed the guy, we realized like, oh shit, we need to get out of town. So Colin was off, getting us some horses to get out, and I was going to go get the girl. And Colin goes to find a fucking cow and tries to ride it, gets headbutted, and then gets caught. So then I have to buy a fake ID from my my mob connections, if you will. I have to go into the police station, pay his bail to get him out, and we just ran away. Well, no, I lied. The guy who hired us to get the hit owns a restaurant in the town who's connected, and he went and paid off the government, if you will, to pardon us from the incident. So we did that, which was a lot of fun. Me, the girl, and Colin, we get into his little buggy to take off, and then during the middle of the woods, we get bumped into. We tried to get people tried to rob us. There's this guy who's with us, happens to be in the same buggy or the Uber, if you will. Ends up being an angel, kind of retarded though. And we kill the pirate. We end up at another place. It's like a sanctuary city. We drop off the hooker because we don't need her anymore, and she's free to live her life. Drop her off to this little dwarf place. We roam around. Colin learns to do some more archery and shit, and I sell off some stone I found to get extra gold because Colin blew out 40 my gold for his bail. And then we go back to this dwarf place, get in a bar fight, kill a bunch of people. I win some money in gambling, and that's where we stop for the day. So next time we go back in, more than likely I'm going to burn down the sanctuary. So
Nice. That sounds awesome.
yeah, but I want to be able to burn it down properly. So we need to have more people in our gang now. I believe he knows a couple girls who may come and play, but if you want to join in too, we'll start a crew, if you will, and then we'll still start taking over some shit.
Nice. That sounds badass. I'm in.
Yeah, I'm hooked. I'm hooked on D&D. Like I wish, like obviously we're not going to be able to play this Friday because we do have a prior engagement that you and I both have.
That is true.
So maybe the following Friday we could definitely get together and do something, and especially since the following Friday is my last day of work for a week because I'm taking the week off because my fucking birthday. That's
Whoop,
26,
whoop, whoop.
right? 26. I'll be 30.
Yes.
So sad.
About time.
It's gross.
Joe,
Right.
how old are you?
26,
I will
29.
be 20. I'll be 29 in August.
Be 29 in August.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be
You're
30.
just a pup.
He's a
I am wee baby.
Pup that's just a year younger.
But yeah, no, D&D was a lot of fun. It was like, and the whole reason we did it because when we were talking to, Joey, who are the people who are on our show that does the tabletop games?
Oh,
Infinite Monkey.
yeah,
Infinite
Infinite Monkeys games. Yeah, I was gonna Jason and Brett.
Yeah, so we're hoping, like, because I know we were talking to them a lot about, like, me getting involved in this to learn, the aspects and the background of all this kind of stuff. Because I'm, doing the podcast, I'm more open minded to the idea of learning new things and doing things I haven't done before, like D&D and stuff like that. And we haven't really touched base with Infinite Monkeys since they're on our show last season. So I was like, Colin mentioned that a guy he works with happens to be a dungeon master, and I'm like, fuck yeah, let's do this shit, and a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
But speaking of
That
Instant
works out.
Monkeys,
It was a late night too.
it was. I think we played till about quarter to two.
2 in the morning.
Yeah, 2 in the morning. So he
Sounds
was
about
getting
right.
tired. It was like quarter to 2. He was getting like tired. He's like, dude, I'm sorry. I don't know if I have it in me anymore. I'm like, just give us 15 more minutes.
Yeah.
Like just 15 more fucking minutes. Like,
He was dragging it, and he was
Yeah.
just like, yeah, you guys win.
yeah.
You find this.
I just wanted to fucking play. I was hooked on phonics about it.
Yeah, you were. Definitely.
Yeah. But speaking of Infinite Monkeys, I want to take the opportunity for this show to kind of follow up with some of our past guests and stuff on where they're up to and what they're doing. And I made a little list of some of them, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go down because our website has a list of all our guests from This Freaking Show, which is at thisfreakingshow.com. You just search the freaking guests. So I'm just going to run through our guests real quick. Maybe you guys have an idea of some. I don't have the information on all of them, but I do on some of them. And you guys kind of just fill me in if you have an idea of what these guests are doing. Sound good?
Sure. Yeah. Sounds great.
Awesome. Perfect. We're going to start at the very top. So GCR. Joey, what has GCR been up to?
A whole lot of nothing, I think. No, that's not true. His son is his kids are in baseball and t-ball, so it's baseball and t-ball season. I believe he coaches at least one of their teams. So yeah, just a lot of that kind of stuff. Just
Okay.
yeah, that time of
And-
year for kids sports.
Cool. And of course, he's still co-host Geekcast Live with you guys. And
Yep.
is he still on movie? I know you mentioned last week that
He is still on Movie Podcast Weekly. Yes.
okay, but it's only 3 people now instead of the 4.
I believe so. There might be a fourth person, but they now, instead of doing they used to do, the show would be like 3-4 hours long. I think they've done a similar thing to what we're doing, where they've dramatically shortened it to about 30 or 40 minutes. Yeah, so it's a lot more, I think, review of movies than just the discussion they used to have.
I got you. Cool.
Yeah.
So Entropy, or Johnny Tryhard as well. If you guys remember Johnny Tryhard, or as you know him, Entropy, they created our theme song for season 1 and 2. Parted ways come season 3, but they're still out there doing shows and everything. You can find them on Facebook at Johnny Tryhard Music and stuff like that. To kind of keep updated with them, what they're doing. We had Graham on season 1 a couple times, talk about zombies and stuff like that. Haven't really talked to him a lot, but I know he definitely wants to come back on the show sometime in the future, do some zombie talk. Joe, what's Geekcast Base up to?
Let's see. Since we had him on, he's gotten engaged.
Yeah,
wow.
he's got engaged.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. He's very grown up of him.
That's
to do that.
he's the last. He's the last of you 4 to get married.
Yep.
Nice.
That's true. Proving that there's hope for everyone. So
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Is he still doing music?
Not as much as he used to. No. He's gotten into he's trying to design board games and pitch them to companies. So
Like Mousetrap?
yeah, or like Eschaton or
That'd be awesome.
Magic the Gathering.
That'd be awesome if he just
Yeah.
created like the next big ass board game.
Right? Wouldn't it be cool?
Like Scrabble?
So
Like Scrabble.
right, like Scrabble, yeah, or Boggle.
Yeah.
Boggle.
Yep.
That's cool. Good for him. You tell him
Yeah.
congrats. I mean, I would tell him congrats, but you guys don't, have me on your show ever. So
Right.
we'll move on. F and Epic. I believe that they actually have 2 separate bands going on between the two between the members. I don't know the name of the newest band, but F and Epic, they still play in the area, a lot of Chicago shows and stuff like that. If you guys don't remember F and Epic, it's the metal band we had on the show in season 1 as well. You can check out episode 11 if you're into metal music. Kind of get their backstory and stuff like that. Joe, he was on the podcast, the episode 12 podcast, where me, Joe, Cartoon Joe, Awkward Colin, and actually Rob Bates was on that one as well, where we talked about Marvel and stuff like that. He's just doing Joe things.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Hilton Ruiz, Zombie with a Shotgun. Actually, a Zombie with a Shotgun movie is being released on DVD this year.
Oh, tremendous! I didn't know that.
Yeah. I didn't either. You know, a few of these I did kind of like try to like look up and try to see what they're going on. They had a movie release earlier this year, I believe in April. They have a movie poster that is signed by the cast and everything for sale on their website, zombiewithashotgun.com. No news on the release of the DVD yet, but it is going to be available for 2019 here.
Nice.
CJ Stando, I tried looking up something about him, see where he's at with his comics and everything. Joey, have you heard from him? Do you know where he's at currently?
I haven't heard from him in a while, but as I understand it, he is. I think he's getting ready to do another Kickstarter for another volume. He has actually got, I think, 2 volumes published of the collected novels and in the Amazon store. He's also been being interviewed by local news stations. He's no longer he still uses the pen name, but he doesn't necessarily hide behind it any longer. So
Oh wow,
yeah.
good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we definitely gotta get him back on.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
Let's see here. Where was I at? That's not where I was at, you fool phone. Super Casey. If you remember Super Casey, obviously she's been on the show a few times. She's at least once a season. She's actually been on. I believe her and Night Mage were overseas in I want to say Saudi Arabia, but I don't think was it Saudi Arabia.
Bahrain? No, not Bahrain. It was Saudi. It was the Middle East.
Yeah, Middle East and everything.
Was
So
it Dubai maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dubai. There we go. And it's actually today is her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday to her.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, Colin, you want to sing happy birthday?
No.
Joey, you want to sing happy birthday?
No, not particularly.
Okay. So, well, happy birthday, Super Casey. Clint, still podcasting, still doing
His thing.
what the fuck is that called?
His thing?
Geek Dig Pod.
Geek
there
Dig.
we go. Geek Dig. I can never remember it because of Geekcast Live. I think I called it Geek Gig Live once. I don't know. But yeah, no, he's still podcasting. I was actually on his 200th episode, I believe, not too long ago. So yeah, it was really cool, fun doing that. You Again web series, I don't believe it exists anymore, but I'm not going to blame us for that.
Right.
I won't.
Oh.
Colin's favorite, Leslie Tom.
Yeah.
She has a concert this summer, starting in June. Texas, Colorado. I don't think anything up here yet.
Oh.
I've been really pushing her to come to Chicago, but I think she focuses more on Texas and Colorado and stuff down there.
Country states.
Yeah, she does have a new album coming out this year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so I'm not sure when the release of it is yet, but she's gonna let me know so we get her back on the show to talk about it. She also won a music award this year at a music festival, or I guess a music award show.
Yeah.
So congrats to her. That was pretty awesome. Definitely look forward to have her come back on. She was actually on in season 1, episode 39, and she was on for season 3, episode 11, which it's weird to think, but that was like last March.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, we're still in season 3.
There you go.
Yeah. Fear. He still hosts Fifth Cast with MDI and Razor. I don't believe he does Fearcast anymore because they're trying to focus more on Fifth Cast solely. And he also used to co-host Bob, the Bobcast about music and stuff with Mandy, but they recently disbanded that podcast as well. Yeah, Lisa, the owner of the Firepit Bar and Grill, she's still kicking it over there at the Firepit Bar and Grill. They're still selling burgers and beers for $6.99 on Monday, 75-cent wings on Tuesday, and free bingo on Thursday. And of course, because the nice weather, we sometimes have fucking patios open up for music. So Ripley Street should be playing there, I believe, in September. So I'm really excited for that because if you guys don't know who Ripley Street are, just listen to our theme song. They make that. That's their song, and they allow us to use it. So haven't had them on yet, but we look to have them on soon. Chris Picker, Colin's ex-brother-in-law.
No. No.
What?
Nah, Connie's date Chris's sister, like what,
Oh.
like 11 years ago,
A long while ago.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But no, the MMA fighter we had on back in season 1, episode 48. I believe he still has some fights from time to time. Doesn't do it like I think full time like he used to. But fun fact, Colin, I think I told you this. Chris's sister, who got married to a friend of ours, they're having a child. So,
Oh, nice.
so yeah, so
Oh.
yep. So there's gonna be a little picker down the road. So,
Nice.
well, not Chris's, because that'd be weird.
Yeah.
You
That
know,
would be weird.
Infinite Monkeys. Joey, do you know what's going on with them since the last time they've been on the show, which was season 3, episode 10?
Yeah, we've actually Geekcast Live's been working really hard with them to help them publish a what would you call it? A like a preview, a shortened version of their game, a small campaign module, so that people can try out the game for free on their website, which I believe is infinitemonkeygames.com. Maybe I'm gonna double check that right now while I'm thinking about it. But yeah, they're chugging along on that. Things are looking great for them. Jason just moved, so I think that they're going to probably get settled in where he's moved to, and then start busting it out. Hopefully people like the playtest, and then they can back the Kickstarter that's going to follow probably sometime later this year.
Awesome. We'll keep us
Yeah.
updated on that. I would love to have them back on, kind of talk to them about the D&D that I've been experiencing. So I'm really happy. I'm sure they'll be proud. I
For
feel
sure.
I feel D&D is a good place for me to start because I mean it's so well known. I think it'll help me grow into like the more of the tabletop games and stuff.
Right.
Because I mean, honestly, okay, so what's the difference between tabletop games and D&D? I mean, because like D&D don't use figures and stuff like that, but is it the
Oh,
same?
you can.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
So could
You
D&D
can.
be a tabletop game?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no shit. I
Yeah, I think
remember.
people just call it tabletop role playing as opposed to video role playing.
Gotcha.
You know how we were in the bar and he drew it?
Oh, so
Yeah.
kind of like that.
People have figures, their
Gotcha.
characters. So.
Well, I remember. Was it back in 2000? I want to say 2005, 2006. We had the white elephant out at GCR's parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
I know they had like that huge tabletop setup there in that dining room.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of piqued my interest at some point. So that's definitely something maybe we could look at down the road.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I need a new hobby to piss away money on. So why the fuck not?
Don't we all?
Right? Yeah. Just to mention them, Brian Lau from Staunch Ambitions. Don't know too much what's going on with them. I do know there's a couple of comics coming out, but you can check out Staunch Ambition obviously on Facebook. There he was actually on in season 3 as well, episode 5. Uh, M&K Productions, who created the movie The Expecting. Not too much going on from their aspect, from what I've heard, but I think they have a movie idea that's actually coming up in the future here. Jay Stando, again, comic creator. He did the alternate history with the superheroes. I think he was actually supposed to be on our show earlier in the season, but something came up to where he couldn't be on it. So not too much about that. We Make Movies was supposed to be on, but unfortunately we're on a hiatus. Again, it is what it is. But they actually created a series called the Beach Boys, Beech Boys. They actually got released May 5th of this year. So like this past this not this past Sunday, but Sunday before. Weird thing is I cannot find where you could watch this show, but it is out there somewhere. So it's pretty cool. I definitely recommend you guys checking that out. Comic creator Jordan Troche, who did the Fallen Manga Studios. He's actually created some other comics, and he created something that I don't know what the hell it is, but it's called like Deck of Fate. I don't know if it's a comic or it's a card game or whatever, but I didn't look it up. It falls into that comic kind of idea.
Yeah.
I'm really good at updating people on guests. Like I'm crushing this, right? Yeah,
Really nailed it.
right. Bob Sally, he created the Salvagers.
Okay.
He's still out there, working with Source Point Press. Source Point Press, obviously, I think it's a coalition. If that is that the proper term, Joe? A grouping, a coalition, a collab. What
Collaboration.
Oh, I don't know. Collaboration,
I don't,
coalition.
coalition. Sure, it's just a grouping of people who do their own individual shit, but they do it
Nice.
together under one umbrella.
Mhm.
Kind of like Freaknet Studios.
Like a
Co-op?
cooperative, maybe.
I don't know.
Probably.
Right,
Co-op.
like a cul-de-sac.
My
Yeah.
company was a company.
I think cul-de-sac's right. Let's go
Yeah,
with that.
Cul-de-sac, yeah.
Cul-de-sac's on here.
That's perfect.
He's still pumping out comics. I actually hear a lot from him. Source Point Press, I get a lot of emails from and stuff like that. James Derman, author of Doorway to the Unseen, I believe, is coming out with another scary story book this year. Weirdings, the podcast, they're no longer together. That's unfortunate. You know, I actually messaged them about a month ago saying like, hey, I haven't seen your show come out. What's going on? They said unfortunately they didn't have time to really come together on it, so that ended, which was unfortunate. But my story got out there. I'm happy. I was on the first episode.
Damn straight.
Night Mage, I mentioned earlier, he was in Dubai with Joey corrected me with Dubai. With Super Casey about a month ago. Steam Hollow Brewing, they had their grand opening. They are open. Me and Colin went to their grand opening.
Yep.
A lot of fun.
Nice.
Joey, you need to come down so we can go together.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's your kind of place. And what I love about it is, because obviously, they make their own craft beers and stuff like that. Is always changing. The recipes are always different, and they don't have like a restaurant or they don't like serve food, but they do have like food trucks that come in from local restaurants and stuff that serve food at the place. Plus, they have a big projector for like games and stuff if you guys are sports fans, and also a stage for like live music and stuff that plays like pretty much every Saturday. So it's really cool to check out.
Legit.
And it has like that steampunk look to it too.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
Kevin Goatee, the comedian, the host of Comics Watching Comics, season 8 is released on Amazon Prime. He actually got a hold of us to come on the show again, but that was back in like August. So I'll get a hold of him. Don't worry, I'm on it ish.
Nice.
Yeah. Mandy, podcaster. You guys don't think I had an opportunity to talk to Mandy. She was on the show when I was hosting solo. She hosts Little Geek Lost in the podcast, but she actually started co-hosting a third show, part of the Padded Room podcast called The Psych Ward. And they basically take horror movie characters and give them psych evaluations. Really cool show. It's on Podbean. I definitely recommend check it out if you're into like scary movies and people talking about the sadistic sides of these killers. Siren Ray, another cosplayer who was on the podcast, talking. She's just out there going to shows and stuff like that. Same thing with Limitless Disguise cosplayer, also another cosplayer. All these people, Midwest cosplayers, really fucking cool. So definitely check them out. Jackie Biggs is probably one of, nothing against everyone else we had on the show, but probably one of my favorite guests. She's a keto coach, so she knows everything about the keto diet. I had her on. We actually did a 4-part show
Oh,
with
yeah,
her.
I saw that.
Yeah, throughout the entire month of February, all 4 shows were her because she's such a fountain of knowledge, or has a wealth of knowledge about the keto diet that we're just talking everything. She's actually coming out sometime this summer, and we actually might do a Facebook Live / YouTube episode where I don't know if you guys watch a lot of GMM. I know Colin used to, but I don't think you have lately. But they do like these brackets, kind of like how the college basketball brackets are. Joey?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Okay, there you are. Cool.
Sorry.
Welcome back. Yeah, no, it's okay. It sounds like you're just sitting there practicing your snapping.
Yep.
So she lives down in Alabama, but she has family up here. She may be coming up this summer again, and when she does, we're gonna do like a Facebook Live, YouTube video, and we're gonna rank keto snacks.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to do that with her. Also, my uncle Andy came on. We talked about baseball. Yeah, we talked about baseball and the year and everything. Kind of like how me and GCR did our playoff predictions. Me and Uncle Andy also did that this year. He's going to be on in July to do a follow-up, like mid-season kind of thing, stuff like that as well. And then also we had another podcaster called Sarge. He hosts The Gray Area, which is a very kind of like one of those podcasts where like it's where like he gets so close to that line you shouldn't cross, and then just kind of like falls over into it. So it talks about anything and everything, which was really weird having him on my show, because when we go onto his show, very open. He talks about politics, talks about religion, which we refrain from talking about that on this show. So very open on his, but very like closed out on mine, which I'm kind of okay with. But yeah, that's all the guests that we've had.
Dang.
For a lot of guests, and definitely going to work on getting some new guests from C2E2. When me and Colin met some comic book creators out there, we're going to get them on. And then also a creator from a movie creator from Germany, I'm going to have come on, and another comic book creator, and possibly a musician. So 2019 is definitely gonna be very busy as soon as I get all this stuff worked out and organized and everything. Colin, let's dive into your movie pick of the week.
Okay, guys. My movie pick of the week is an old one. Well, I guess not too old. Uh, it is. It came out in the year 2000, so 19 years ago. It's The Perfect Storm. It starred George Clooney, Mark Wahlberg, Diane Lane, William Fichtner, and John C. Reilly as just a couple of the actors and actresses in it. Um, it's I gotta say is one of my favorite movies. I always enjoy watching it. It is about a fishing vessel who it starts where they don't make basically a good catch when they come in, so they're not getting the money that they want to for the haul. Um, they just had a bad run out at sea, and it's brought them all down. But they're all happy to the crew's all happy to be out, uh, be back at home. um, George Clooney, who plays the captain, is kind of bothered by it, and he's he's determined that he wants to make it better for him. So he tells his crew that they have basically 2 days of rest, and then they're going right back out to the sea after getting back. Um, in the process, they're out fishing, and he tells them that they're going to one place, uh, and they go there, but they're not catching anything. And then he goes, you know what? Screw it. We're going to this place that is known for tons and tons of fish. They're hunting swordfish, marlin. So, uh, but they end up going and finding them, catching a whole bunch of them, and in the process, since their boat's not the best well maintained, because the fishing company that they work for don't want to pay to actually get things fixed and just get a refurbished kind of piece of junk one. Um, their ice machine that they kept all the fish on uh, goes out. So they're while this is all going on, a hurricane has started to uh, generate back the way that they came from. Um, and they got faxes from the mainland, the Coast Guard, and all that saying, hey, this is where this is happening and be aware of it. Well, they decide whether or not the he gives the crew the option of whether or not they want to brave going back or just to sit where they are and wait it out. If they wait it out, their food goes all their fish goes bad that they caught. And then obviously if they go back and make it, um, they turn in their fish and get paid. um, they decide against staying there, and they decide, well, we're going to brave it and go into this. Well, on the way back, they hit dead center of this storm, and it just basically destroys them. Um, and it's actually based on I guess, a true event, a slightly true story um, that happened. But in the end, uh, because it was such a bad storm, they couldn't get the Coast Guard, couldn't get out there because they couldn't refuel to save them. Uh, and they end up actually all perishing in the storm. Um, but and then that's pretty much the end of the movie. It goes to their funeral for them. It's definitely and I think that's one of the reasons I like it,
People
because
die.
well, people die, but I mean it's not like your normal, oh, everything's happy ending kind of thing.
Yeah, you're not a happy ending kind of guy.
I'm not.
No.
I'm not a
Unless
happy,
they're massages.
unless
Yeah,
they're massages.
yeah.
Yeah. But uh yeah, so it's just one of those things that doesn't turn out the way, it doesn't have a happy ending. Um and it's more real life. Not everything has happy endings.
That's true.
It's reality. But it's definitely one that I would recommend checking out, especially if you love the sea like me. I love being out on the water, and I love storms for one thing. So that I think just draws me to it. But yeah, go check it out if you get a chance. If you've never seen it, if you've seen it, let us know what your thoughts are on it.
Yeah. What's your thoughts, Colin? Where you ranking this on your awkward scale?
I'm gonna rank this a good 8 out of 10 awkwards.
Nice.
I think it did a great job. Characters were well played. It was just an overall round good movie. But yeah, go check out The Perfect Storm.
Nice. All right, everybody. Following the awkward pick of the week, we had some technical difficulties on Cartoon Joe's side where we kind of lost the remaining of the recording. So, we're just gonna go ahead, call it good. We'll do Freakin' Thinking next week. We'll come back with that and everything. Make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at This Freakin' Show. Make sure you follow us on all podcast platforms. We are on Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean. Just search This Freakin' Show. If you're on iTunes and you listen to us, give us a 5-star rating because that does help us grow in the rankings. As always, I am Travesty, and thank you for listening to another episode of This Freakin' Show. I'm out.